time in selling ORIYO. We removed the whole engine, Perkins Prima 50, and dismantled it to see if we could mend it to start again. Unfortunately, the core, its pistons, were stuck into the very rusted cylinders, and after getting a mechanic's view, we knew that it was done for this one. We then managed to find another one which didn't get the marine features. We removed every part from this one as well, made it inspected by mechanics, degreased, cleaned, sanded and painted all this new engine and all the parts useful. We had to buy some new elements, restore the cooling system and the inverter to finally started to rebuild the new engine for ORIYO.
Today there is a lot of wind outside, so we decided to work inside the boat with Stéphanie. The engine will be back in the boat in 2, maybe 3 weeks, so we have to clean the engine room, and after cleaning we have to paint it.
Beforehand, we need to clean up the space and get rid of a lot of pipes, hose, cables, wires, and the soundproofing foam that was standing in the way.
Yeah, so we got rid of all the soundproof foam for now, which was quite an easiest job that we thought it would be. We were supposing that we would spend, I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours, maybe half a day to remove all this foam, and finally it took us like half an hour. So this was the good stuff. But now we have to clean, and especially we have one very major important work. It's to remove the exhaust pipe. Okay, so we just got another part which was going from the back shower to the back of the saloon seats. And we still have another part which goes from here under the sink in the back shower right to the starboard side cockpit locker, and then to the exits.
After a lot of work, we finished to remove the exhaust pipe, the old exhaust pipe. It was a big job, a hard job, but now it's done.
Okay, long hard first day on the engine room. We are kind of happy because we've done quite a lot of things. We removed all the soundproof foam. We cleaned a lot, and the next part will be to paint, and on the side, as it is wood, we will just sand before putting back some soundproof foam. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for the next part.
The engine room set, it was time to sand and clean every part, including the companionway and each doors that close it.
Besides preparing the engine room for the comeback of the engine by itself. We are using this time to prep the two cupboards that are located right above the engine room. Otherwise, when the engine will be back on, we won't access this part of the boat anymore. So it is a good time to clean and paint this part of the boat.
We will recover the inside of the compartment with a new foam and apply a strong paint on all of the other surfaces.
To prep the engine room, we also have to protect all the wood, all the plank of wood that will be all around the engine. And for that, we know that in some location we will put the foam, so we can get lesser vibration, lesser heat, and especially lesser sound.
For the bottom, where it might have grease or oil residues falling from the engine, we chose to cover it with gel coats. In the end, preparing this space for the engine coming back was longer than we thought it would be. But eventually, we made this part of ORIYO ready, free some space around to do all the new connections to the engine that it will need. We also have a bottom part shiny white to check on a hazardous leak. And finally, we did a cozy foaming space for our engine that should prevent us from heat and sound, which is really cool.
Today we are starting a new piece of work, which is emptying the fuel tank. For that we have to empty when it's done. We did empty the starboard locker and the back locker in the cockpit. Then we'll have to remove all the fuel still in the tank by pumping it out, because it's very old, probably around 15 years old. So we don't want to use that. There might be a lot of bacteria in it now. So we are putting the electrical pump in it. We will be able to remove the rest of the fuel in smaller dropless containers and then throw that away.
Today we are going to check if it's everything okay in the tank, the diesel tank. The tank is now empty, but before put new gas inside, we have to check with a little camera. We are going to play doctor with the ORIYO. We're going to put in camera inside the tank to check everything.
So it seems to not have mud. There's a little diesel on the side. It's nice to get this camera, but it's not easy to get the good light.
It took us a pretty long time and a professional eye to be sure that the tank was okay. Nevertheless, we poured some extra fuel that we pumped out as well to make sure that there was no dirt or residue. Finally, the day to start the engine has come. We are gathered with our mechanics to get the first round.
This little guy is the reason why we didn't start the engine today, which would have been so awesome because that would mean that in a couple of days we would be able to put back the engine in the boat, but it's not for this week. This is actually the starter. It was one of the old engine parts, and of course, as we anticipated, even if we hoped that it will work, it's not working. So the next step would be find another starter, buy it, put it in place instead of this one, and try again.
This is the old starter of the engine, but it doesn't work. So normally this is the new, and the winner is...
Yeah, hopefully.
Wow.
Okay. So, what do you think?
Okay, this is the same. So I'm going to put this new starter on the engine to check if it's okay, but I think it will be okay.
After that, we're having another appointment with our mechanics so we can try and start this engine for good. Hopefully this time it would work.
So today the big day for the engine. Normally with the mechanics we start the engine for the first time. Unfortunately Stéphanie is not here, so I am in charge. Not alone because I am with the mechanic. I hope everything will be good and the engine start at the first time. Okay, this is the new starter on. So normally everything is okay.
It's alive. It's finally started.
Quite a big day today. We are removing the new engine from the container where it has been for a lot of months while we were working on it, and we are moving it forward to the boat.
A couple of friends lent us their minivan already settled for carrying boat gears and lately their own boat engine. We then could load it with ours and take it next to ORIYO. Steph and Dirk, thank you guys. We'd like to share a little idea we had. We used to have a name for our engine in our last boat, which was old but never failed. So it came to our mind that we should pick up a name for this one as well. Don't laugh please, but as it is big and it is green, we went for the Hulk. So in the future, if you hear us pronounce this name, you'll know what we'll be referring to. Thank you for watching this episode of Sailing ORIYO. We are glad to have shared with you this important step into the renovation process. Also, we added some news on our Patreon page if you care to give it a look. See you next time, and until then, feel free to like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and write a little comments. Take care, bye bye!